Hello everyone, welcome to another video tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to continue the car rental project. And up till now, we have created a step where we were capturing the start and the end date of the booking and created few validation around it. Also, we were calling an IP where using a DataRaptor in this IP, we are fetching the available car records. So if you haven't seen them yet, please go visit them. Now we'll display all the cars that we got as a response of this IP, and in here we are going to display, in this step. So there are various methods that we can use, but for now we are going to use edit block as it allows you to repeat the records. Before even going further, let's analyze the response what we are getting up till now, and so that we can actually utilize this data to show available cars. I'll just copy it and in a new JSON blob I'll open it, and we'll see basically we are interested in available car nodes node only. Here we have 12 records, basically 12 cars, and for this we'll be designing a editable block. And like I told you, the reason is it can repeat itself, so that's why we are going to use it. There can be other methods as well, like in one of my previous videos I showed you how to show these things or the repeating records in a flex card. That also can be used, but for now we are going to use edit block. And to utilize this node, the available cars, what we can do is we can directly name this as available cars, and as a title we can give select a car. It should not allow a new. We do not want anyone to edit this, neither delete. We can remove this as well, although it's not needed because anyways we have cancelled out these things or basically unchecked the options. And select mode, in select mode we are just going to give a single because we just want to allow one selection at a time. And in this are the modes. How do you want to show it? I'll keep it inline, and or maybe table is fine, and at max it is going to show 3 columns. And so you see this element inside this block is empty right now. We need to add that. So in order to add any field to this, we need to click on this pencil icon where it allows us to add new elements. So let's analyze this nodes first. It has transmission type, comfort, all of these things. Let's start with model first. In the first basically in the first column we are going to put a name of this, and for this we can use a text element, and its name will be model. We cannot change it because we are going to use the data that we have in here, so we have to keep the label, the name of the field same as what we have in here. Model we already given. We don't need to do anything apart from this. Next is transmission type. Again we can clone this and name it as transmission type. Next is comfort, or maybe members allowed. Now this time one thing to notice here is we need to take the number field because the type of output for the members allowed is number. Otherwise it will not show anything. Then we can use this. We can go with another text. and last is rent per day. We have currency field here, yes. So we have configured all the fields here, but it will not show up everything when we'll be viewing it. I'll show you what I mean by this. So this is done. We have configured this. Now if we go to the main element, that is element inside the box, it will show you the list. If we haven't checked anything, nothing will be displayed in the table. I'll show you once. And if I click on next, the table is empty because we haven't chosen anything yet. What we can do is by going on the main element, the outer element, we can choose at max 3 elements to show in the table. We can choose a model for this and type of transmission, just the important part. Now if we'll preview it again, we'll see 3 columns showing up here with details. Let's go here. You see, we still have a lot of space available. We can add one more or maybe all of them. Let's say display 5 and show everything. Click on next. See all the details here. This looks good. Now, if you see, we cannot select anything right now. We do not have any key so that which allows it to be selected. So let's say if we are clicking on the first row, it's not getting selected. Nothing is changing in the data JSON. So we need to add something such that it can be selected and it can be notified, or you can say it gets reflected in the data JSON. What we can do is, first let's check where is the checkbox element. You see it here. Now we do not have anything, and when it says checkbox element, it should, the value should be, the type of the field should be checkbox. So let's add a checkbox field in here, and let's add it here and name it as selected car. No need to give any label to this. And if we'll go to parent again, try to see things here, select it. It is not allowing it because it was limited by the maximum number of fields that we wanted to display. Now we can use this and it will be the first column. Also, we need to mention in the outer element which is our checkbox element. So we can paste the name here. And now if we preview, we'll be able to see a checkbox field here, which will change its value when any of these car is selected. You see, currently it is false. If we select this, it gets updated to true. If we try to select multiple, it will not let us do that because we have configured it like this, that only one car can be selected. This is one way of doing it. Other ways can be using flex card, maybe custom LWC, but we're going to keep it to this for now. Now we'll be creating our next step. But before going to that, let's change the name of this step. Let's choose car. All right, now user can select the car as well. Now we need to get the details of the person who is booking it. So let's create another step for that as well. Let's include a step element and name it as renter details. And in here we need basic details, that is first name, last name, phone number, and maybe the driving license number, since the car is getting booked and we need to verify if that person have a valid license. So let's add few fields here. These will be text fields. This one will be the first name. And second will be the last name. One for phone number, which will be of type telephone. And last one is the driving license number, which let's keep it as text because it can have mixed fields, that is text and numbers. So real number maybe. Alright, and we can mark these required as well because all of these fields are required. And let's preview it again. We can choose the dates, see the list of available cars. We can select one of these and see that nodes are actually getting updated. Click on next and we see a form where renter will be filling its details. And after this, like once the car is chosen and the renter has uploaded or provided his details, we are going to show the summary, and this can be done in an IP using list action or a filter formula. Any of this will work to filter out just the selected car node. So after this choose car node, we can add a new integration procedure. I've just created one, and in this we need to pass the node of that the car, basically for the available cars where we're updating the value as true. We'll copy the node itself first, and let's quickly fill this. So you see when we select one of these gets updated, we'll copy it, paste it here. We'll just pick the available car nodes since we need to filter out only one of these from here. We'll go to integration first in here. Okay, basically we are going to add this integration procedure here. We'll use this node. I'll just copy the array, and what I'll do is just to initially do a setup, I'll use a set values, and in this set values I'll add this array. Let's name it as all cars. and paste the array that we copied earlier. In place of these two quotes, we are directly going to provide the array. And now this will be used in the list action where we'll be filtering out the selected one. Its name is as selected car, and it needs a list merge which takes the value of the array. Basically, it accepts an array, and we're going to give the path. And in here there is an option for filter formula where we can write selected car equals to true. Let's try to check what are we getting from here. Maybe we can preview directly, and in this selected car we are only getting this. It's not showing up here because we haven't added anything in the response node, but anyways we're getting the selected car detail. Now this can be the response action, and we can add the response action, and again I'm going to send it as an additional output, which is I'm used to it. In additional output, I'll add selected cars and I'll give the node as selected. Alright, we might have to update this because it will override, or it can cause any issue with this if we are going to keep the name same. So it's safe. It's always safe to have a distinct name. So I'll name it as selected car LA, which is short for selected car list action, and in as an output it will be selected car detail, and the value will be the reference of the selected car LA. Let's see if it is working just fine or not. Looks just fine. Now we need to basically remove this, and instead of this we'll be taking the input from the OmniScript itself. We can remove it, and instead of this let's say we give it as all cars. So basically we need to pass an all cars node from the OmniScript so that it reads that node and filter it out. Let's first activate this because we are okay with the response now. We just need to pass the all cars node from here. So we have this. We have an integration procedure that is activated already. We can directly place the IP here and refer that rental car IP, and like I said, it needs an input that is all cars, and the value will be we have these available cars. We can directly pass this here. We can test this as well, and it will be filter car underscore IP. We can name it anything. We'll just test it if it is working the way we want it to be. Select any date. Next, choose any one of this. This is Mercedes-Benz that we have chosen. Click on next, and in here we can see a selected car detail, but it is blank. So let's see what's happening here. We have this filtered car IP. We'll see what is being sent as an input. And for that we need to see request data. We'll copy this, and it is actually sending everything. However, we configured it to pass. All right, I have made a mistake here. Instead of doing it here, we have to configure the extra payload and send only extra payload, so that all cars will be sent and no other data will be sent along this. Let's preview again. Click on next, select one of the car, click on next, and this time if you see, we have just one node that is all cars and it is passing everything. And now we can see the response as well. We have just copied it, pasting it here, and we are only getting the selected car. Great. So now half of the things are done up till now. In the next video, we will be showing the summary page, and also we'll be creating another IP for it with DataRaptors to save all the details that we have captured up till now. I hope you're liking this series up till now. Go and watch the previous video if you haven't seen them yet. I also have another beginners level playlist. You can also watch that if you're facing any issues in configuring any of the items. I have already covered them previously. Share this video with your friends, subscribe the channel, and don't forget to like the video. Thanks for watching.